So we started a local wine tasting amongst some of our neighbours, and we've looked at different themes. The one for October was looking at New World versus Old World wines. So the purpose of this was to try and get people thinking about how you can have one grape variety from one area of the world and it can taste completely different to another area, but yet it's the same grape variety. So it's things like soil, climate, winemaking techniques, etc., that create very different expressions of those grapes. So we ran a tasting looking at all of those differences.
And also people have preconceived ideas, don't they, about old world wine versus new wine, and we wanted to kind of test that a bit, didn't we?
Absolutely, absolutely. And interestingly, what we found as a common theme throughout was that generally people were actually preferring some of the New World styles of wine. Now, arguably that could be because, you know, we were tasting just the wines, it wasn't with food, and sometimes some of the Old World wines do tend to go a bit better with food, yeah, it was some real kind of mixed results. So we'll run you through what white wines we tasted. So the wine we tasted was a Argentinian Malbec, and we compared that against a French Malbec. We looked at a Sauvignon Blanc from New Zealand and a Sauvignon Blanc from France. We then looked at a Merlot from France and a Merlot from Italy, a Shiraz from Australia and a Shiraz from Spain. We looked at a Hungarian Pinot Grigio, an Australian Pinot Grigio, and finally a Chilean Rosé against an Australian Rosé.
And that was it.
That was it.
Excellent. So then the favourites of the rosé were the Yarunga Field Rosé 2014, and that was $7.64 if you bought 12 a bottle.
Right.
People thought that was a good deal and they liked it. And then the white, the Ango Gold Pinot Grigio 2014 for £8.09 if you buy 12. And the red one, there was two red ones. They liked the Pico Attilia.
Yes.
2013, and that was only $6.99 if you buy 12. So people liked that because it was so cheap. And then the other red they liked was the Black Stump Durif Shiraz 2014, which is normally $8.99, but they got there's a deal on, and you could get them for $4.49 a bottle.
Wow.
If you add 3 bottles to your order of 12 for some reason.
And interestingly, out of the 4 favourites, 3 were Australian wines.
So Australia should be proud.
Absolutely, yes.
We'll certainly get plenty of sunshine, don't they? Okay, so that was the end result of the October wine tasting.